Hello, everyone. We're just gonna give a few more minutes to a few more candidates to join, um, and we'll get started soon. Okay, everyone. So I want to respect everyone's time. And I will first introduce myself and introduce the co-host technically of today's forum. And we will break down the structure and the form of this forum. First, my name is Sarah Shoba. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the chair of the elections committee. Ricky, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself.
Not a problem. Thank you everyone for joining us. My name is Ricky Castañeda. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I am the secretary for the elections committee.
Thank you. First, so I will share my screen with all of you, and we do have a presentation set up for how the structure is going to go and how the order is going to go. So first, we will be asking for all of the candidates to give personal statements, and each statement is going to be 2 minutes. And I will have Brianna Santiago, who is also an officer of this committee, to be looking at the time and monitoring every candidate, and you will be given a notice when you have reached the 1 minute and another notice when you reach the 30, and then I will stop you when you hit the 2 minute mark. So after the opening statements, we will be asking specific questions each candidate, and each candidate will get one question. We will start with the new student senators, and then we will move on to ending it with the SPA senators. And lastly, we will ask all the candidates again to give a closing statement, which will also be 2 minutes. And yeah, so let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. I know there are some candidates that are having issues with Zoom. And I want to get everyone's consent before we begin. I do want to record this just in case some students can't join the YouTube live or they can't see the forum. I would like to get everyone's consent. And if you don't consent, then I will not record it. It's verbal or written. I know we're doing the thumbs up, but I want to understand. I want to respect everyone's.
You have my consent.
Got you. You have my consent.
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 I consent.
Consent.
I also, elections committee members, you will have to consent as well.
Yeah,
I consent.
Perfect. I think we're
I consent.
all right. And Daniela, did you just join?
No, I said consent.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to share the screen. Actually, I'm going to start recording first. And then I'm going to share my screen. So like I said, we will be breaking down first with the opening statements. So I will ask, can you guys see my screen? Actually,
Sarah, I think Kate said that she's going to try to get back on to see if her camera works.
okay. All right. I do want to respect everyone's time. I don't believe Kate is going to be sharing her personal statement first. So we can start, and when she comes on, we can resume with that. Oh, my laptop is a little frozen.
Oh, Sarah, I think Kaylin goes first, actually.
What? I'm sorry, what?
No, you said Kate is going first. I think Kaylin actually goes first.
Yeah, I said I don't think she's going first. So that would be a problem. Yeah. Alrighty. So, oh my God. Okay, so Kaylin Guzman, at-large senator, special area, you have the floor. And your 2 minutes, Brianna, are you doing the time?
Yeah, I got it.
Perfect.
Okay, well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kaylin Guzman. I'm studying criminal justice. My goal is to become a federal prosecutor with plans of becoming a judge long term. My personal experiences and my observations of political interrelatedness in the community have encouraged my efforts to strive for healthier relationships amongst each other and amongst the members in society. My mission is to promote educational attainment for all, especially justice involved individuals, also to fight against food insecurity, and I would like to address social issues such as period poverty and the negative stigma associated with having a period. I intend to promote student representation and uphold the community values. And I also hope to plan the future together with wisdom and purpose. So my motto is education is the access to freedom, because without education, you're kind of like stumped. And, you know, education just opens all those doors that we need to have open. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Shaki Merritt, at-large senator.
Well, thank you. I would like to first off thank you guys for having me. I would also like to remind everyone to wear their mask while on campus. It is one of our policies here. But as you guys hopefully your next student senator at large for student government, I believe with my drive and my passion and all my involvement here at Rutgers University in Newark, I will lead the charge in asking the hard questions. I will lead the charge in representing all students, despite color, despite race, despite your ethnicity. What we happen to be is one of the most diverse schools in America currently. And I think that we need to hone in on that diversity. So as your next student senator at large, I will make sure that everyone is truly represented. I know that there has been times within our government that people often don't feel represented. But my goal is to ensure that every student here at Rutgers University Newark feels like they are heard and is truly heard in our student government.
Thank you. Sorry. Oh my God. Wow. That just went all over. Jordan Warner, at-large senator.
Hi, my name is Jordan Warner, and I would like to thank everyone for having this today. And also to my running mates, even whoever one of us wins, I think we should all speak at the end and also get our ideas from each other. And my whole platform is and has been environmental justice. But with environmental justice, I think I can incorporate many of my ideas of different ideas. I have plans on COVID-19. I have plans for socialization due to a pandemic, how we can social distance all together as a community. I have plans on mental health, environmentalism, safety on campus, LGBTQIA+, ideas to help us in everyday life improvement. If you go on my link tree, you will be able to see, but with my experience, I believe that I will be able to implement different ways and solutions to help us as a community grow stronger. We have to start locally. Our voices need to be heard locally so we can grow globally. Thank you.
Thank you. Devon Corey, new student senator. I'm going to stop saying the names, and if you see your name next, just go.
Wait, guys, I just wanted to make sure. I'm just letting you guys know you have 1 minute left. Yeah, you guys don't have to stop when I interrupt.
Is there a way that we can do it through the chat where, you know, there's a 1 minute marker, or whether there's a wave over the screen, or?
We could, but precedent shows that is not really always followed, and it sometimes the candidates don't see it, and so they tend to go over time. So we found that by doing that is best.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, my name is Devon Christopher Corey. I am currently a freshman at Rutgers University Newark. I am a journalism and media studies major, and I'm a minor in social justice through the HLLC program. With that being said, I want to run for the new student senator position, mainly to provide an inclusive community for all Rutgers students across the Rutgers University Newark campus to be able to come together and basically get to know each other, because I know that during your first year, it is really hard to get assimilated to this whole different type of lifestyle. But knowing the diversity numbers that our campus has, I definitely want people to get to know each other, because it's not a lot of the times the careers that we want to go into is really not about what we know, but who we know. And I feel like if we're going to be, change agents and we're going to be change makers, I feel like everybody has to be able to come together and basically start, building those relationships in order to, building, the world and building the future. I didn't tell anybody, but I'm a journalism and media studies major. And what I plan to do with that is to become a talk show host. And I think that's why I ran for this position, to be the voice of the people, especially to those who feel like they don't have any power at all. So I definitely want to
30 seconds.
be inclusive. Okay. To be inclusive, be very inclusive in the community and break barriers and, show different things. I want to be able to provide resources to the community. And yeah, I want to be able to uphold the Rutgers University and SGA Constitution. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Daniela Shaker. I am a bio major at Rutgers on the pre-health track. And coming into college straight from high school was a difficult journey. It's difficult no matter what, but especially now we're living in really unprecedented times. And it makes it really difficult. And in the beginning, it was really hard. Like, I didn't know who to ask for help. So as new student senator, I want to be able to fill that gap of uncertainty and help people on their transition from wherever they were into college, and make sure people feel like they aren't alone during this time and that we're all going through it. And yes, just to advocate for everybody. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Christine Cleal. I am a bio major with a Spanish and chemistry minor on a pre-dental track, and I'm running to be a new student senator. Throughout high school, I've had many leadership positions, including the president of my school's National Honor Society and my school's Spanish Honor Society, and I was the president of my grade throughout all 4 years of high school. I think one of the main things that I want to promote as a new student senator would be the social aspect that new students are unable to receive during this pandemic. I think one of the biggest parts of college is the lifelong friends that you're able to make, and through this virtual world, we're unable to make those friends and to make those connections. And so creating a I have a couple ideas of how we can socialize in the upcoming semester if we continue to be online. Also, I am a very open person. I would like to be like a line of communication for all the new students to for any questions that they may have, to pass that on to the administrative leadership or to answer any of their questions. If they're stressed about anything, just to be there to talk with them and to make everyone at Rutgers University feel welcome. Because being a new student and transitioning from one college to another, if you're a transfer student or if you're transitioning from high school to college, can be a really difficult thing. And being able to ease that transition is definitely my number one goal. Thank you.
Thank you. So the next candidate is actually not here. She had to work, and so she asked if we could read her personal statement. Her name is Morel Botros. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. My name is Muriel Botros, and I want to be your new student senator. My goal as a new student senator is to ensure that each and every new student gets the support they need to thrive at Rutgers. Throughout my life, I have held many leadership positions in and outside of school. Inside the school, I served as a Future Business Leaders of America media specialist, and I was responsible for the annual tree lighting. Outside of school, I have volunteered as a camp counselor at St. Mary's and St. Mercury's Church summer camp, and I was the president of the Boy Scout of America crew. With my enormous experience as a leader, I believe that I am fit to be your new student senator. Again, she's not here, but that was what she had submitted. Next is Kate.
Okay, hi. Thank you for having me. My name is Kate Bernal Guerrero, and I want to be one of your new student senators at Rutgers Newark. I'm a freshman intending to double major in history and political science, and I want a minor in legal studies. In high school, I was a very active student leader in my school community, as I intend to be here in Rutgers Newark community as well. I was in youth and government, president of the environmental club, officer of the Spanish club. I was in Interact Club, a peer mentor, and a tutor. And I also now volunteer for environmental and political campaigns and matters in my town. I'm running on a campaign platform that is dedicated to empowering and uplifting you all, for your voices to be heard, and for all of you to feel fairly and fully represented. With our differences and diversity, I am running so every student in Rutgers Newark community feels and sees themselves to be represented fairly and to the fullest extent. And most of all, I really want to make realistic changes and improvements. So my platform includes encouraging and urging for greater and improved communication between students and their advisors and professors. I also want to create and expand avenues for student input and opinions. In regards to COVID-19, I want access for COVID-19 campus cases and information on a platform directly and easily accessible to every student, and strengthen COVID-19 safety measures, because I think that's really important right now. I also want to emphasize the availability and importance of mental health resources and make it more easily available and accessible. And I want to find ways, most importantly, for freshmen and transfer students, for us to find ways to create for a sense of belonging while we're virtual, because I feel like it's been very difficult lately, since we're on virtual and online. And also as well as when we're in person, because since we haven't been in person, it's kind of hard. I also want to, most importantly, with all the civil rights, stuff that's been going on, I really want to empower and uplift people of color's voices by promoting their activities and organizations and encouraging them to run for positions like this. So I'm happy that there's a lot of people of color running, because I think that's really important in these times we're going through. And most of all, thank you.
Thank you, Kate. So the next candidate, Joseph Phillips, is also not here, but his statement reads as follows. My name is Joe Phillips, and I'm running for new student senator. As a student, a worker, and a new member of the Rutgers family, I promise to bring our community's values to student government. Vote Joe for a better campus and a brighter future. Alrighty, so now that we're done with new student senators, I will ask the SPA candidate to go. Introduce yourself and your personal statement.
Hello there. My name is Brendan. I would like to thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to speak today and to address the student body. My major is public and nonprofit administration, and my minor is legal studies. Over my last couple of years here in the Rutgers community, I have noticed the passion of the people in Newark and coming into Newark from the Rutgers community. As a major in nonprofit administration, I see the need for more engagement with the community of Newark. And as the SPA senator, I will strive to engage with the community of Newark and provide programs that are focused on education and income disparity, which influences education. So I would like to thank all of you and wish all of you good luck. Thank you.
Hello. Oh, you ready? Hello all. Good afternoon. My name is Quadri Adeyanju. I am currently a senior double major in political science and sociology, and I am running for the Senate position of Student Affairs. I want to start up by saying leadership comes with great responsibilities, and it's our passion and capability that will make us great leaders. Every year we gather together as student bodies to listen to our brightest students, drifted by their passion for change that we all want to see. Today, I'm very fortunate to be amongst those few individual students who really want to make this change a reality. If elected, I vow to use my voice and work with the administration of Rutgers University Newark and to help make our campus a greater inclusive learning environment for all students. I'm big on you really helping students understand what the funds that are being charged in their term bill every semester, what it's going towards. I'm big on and in trying to help them understand how those funds are being used and communicating with them regarding what programs they want to see on campus. If elected, I would listen to student concerns and address it by working with the student government and collaborating with every student's affair organizations. Thank you. I thank everyone for giving me this opportunity, and good luck to all the candidates.
Hi, can you hear me? Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay, ready. So, good afternoon, everybody. First off, thank you to the SGA for hosting this forum. I apologize to everyone else that has to watch it this way. Of course, this is not the way we would to commune with one another, but again, we have to do our best in certain circumstances that we're in. My name is David Doughty, and I am running for to be your next Student Affairs Senator in Special Area. Simply put, I'm running because I'm experienced, I'm qualified, and I'm ready to put in the work to make sure this Rutgers Newark, this campus right here, is the applicant and every student's dream place to be. With the experience of being in high school of 3 consecutive years being the SGA president, the student body president, as well as my senior class 2020 president, being the youngest ever elected student body president as a sophomore running against 2 seniors. And on top of that, representing being the co-chair of the Newark Students Union, one of the largest student unions in the entire nation, representing 55,000 plus students. What I bring to the table is guaranteed results. What I bring to the table also, other than just guaranteed results, is a mind of knowing and understanding and an open heart and an open ear to listen. What this position is about funding. It's about how are organizations communing with one another, how are they getting the funding they need to get, what's on your term bill, and why are you paying it? A lot of students this semester, I can tell you for a fact I've heard, including myself, question the notion of why am I paying a campus fee if I'm not on campus? Why am I paying a computer fee or a technology fee if I'm not using the technology? A lot of these questions deserve answers, and you deserve representation and leadership in the SGA that will answer your questions honestly, truthfully, and directly. I thank you, and I look forward to sharing my ideas and platform with you. Vote Next Gen SGA. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I thank all of you for being here. My name is Arlene Lopez. I am running for the next Student Affairs Senator. I'm a neuroscience and behavior major and a psychology minor. And I want to share more about my story being in Rutgers Newark. Arriving to Rutgers Newark was life-changing. I met students, faculty, and staff that have opened my eyes into what really Newark has to offer. Ever since freshman year, I got involved in organizations with my interests and the importance of our personal growth and professional growth. Coming from an immigrant Latina background, I know the lack of representation in higher positions, and I'm here to break that stigma. I want to work as best of my ability to provide the necessary resources and understand students and their inquiries. Here I have listed a couple of priorities that I will be ensuring in my position. Next.
And here are some of my ideas and future plans if I get elected. I am a former ESL community, and I want to create a committee dedicated to our ESL community. Also, I see the lack of representation on the undocumented community. And I also want to connect leaders in campus with alumni and leaders in higher positions so they can have a better transition into being leaders. And one of my main priorities is SGA for everyone. I feel like there's many students that don't know what really SGA does on a daily basis. And I know their hard work and dedication they put into this job. And so I want to bring the student body and SGA together. And if you go into my next slide, you can scan this QR code and you can view all of my ideas and proposals for the next academic year. And you're more than welcome to follow me on Instagram and email me if any questions. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve the community of Newark. And thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone for sharing your opening statements. Now we're going to be moving on. So Mariam Hanallah, she is not here right now. And I do have a personal statement that I actually will share with all of you. And I almost forgot to do that, so I do apologize. But her personal statement reads, "My name is Mariam Hanallah, and I'm a sophomore on the pre-dental track. I'm very interested in the university college position because I believe I can be responsible to represent students academically. I would love to be connected to students and help them throughout their college experience academically and see their academic needs. My goal is to try to fulfill it or solve it in any ways possible. I believe that I am fit for this position because I went through many academic problems in my freshman year. So I would love to give back the help that I got during my freshman year and help other students with their struggle. New student senator questions, and I will ask Ricky to share the questions. Now, for all of you, you should know that all of the candidates will be asked the same questions going forward, so we can give a fair chance to everyone and a fair advantage. We wanted to do more than one question, however, times prohibit us, especially with how many candidates are running. So that's a good problem to have, but we will only be limiting it to one question each.
Thank you, Sarah. And thank you, new student senators. Here is your question. After I ask this question, we will be going in the order that it shows on the slideshows, and you have 90 seconds to respond. So if Bree, if you could get that 90-second clock ready, and then I'll begin my question. Thanks, Bree. So theoretically speaking, the new student senator position is used to bridge the gap between new students and representation in the SGA. However, that hasn't always been the case. So how will you, as a potential new student senator sitting in the SGA, will make sure that there is accurate and appropriate representation? You have 90 seconds.
I think it's about having empathy skills. As a new student myself, I will say that I understand what it's like to feel like you don't have nobody to go to. And I know how it also feels to feel like you don't have a voice at all. So what I plan to do is to step up to this challenge and to use my leadership qualities, my outspokenness, my confidence to be able to represent all new students, including freshmen and transfers, on a wide scale. I believe that it is duty to act. I think I owe them that much because I know that, this is a totally new experience for everybody. And I feel like with the community that I'm already establishing on campus alone and the community that I've known going into this campus, I feel like I have enough knowledge to be able to represent everyone. And I feel like with being empathetic, you have to know that it's not just about you, and you have to know that you're representing everybody. This is more than just a show. This is not a one-man show. This is a show for everybody. the main person that's just the star representing everybody else just has to be me, and I have to do that with confidence and humility.
I agree with everything that Devin said. Also, I think that a really important factor is communication, and I'm not somebody that's afraid to put myself out there and like talk to those around me, or not physically around me now, but like talk to students that are in the same position as me. And I think it's really important to hear what other people have to say before making a decision. So I think I'm qualified for this position because I'm really open to talking to new people, even people that I don't know, and finding out what exactly the people want and advocating for them. Also, I know how it feels to be a new student. Of course, I was a new student in high school, middle school, of course, college. And I think that it is something that's really difficult, and I know how it feels. And I think it's really important that there is somebody qualified to advocate for these people so that nobody feels alone or not spoken for.
I think it's so important to be able to bridge that gap between SGA and our new students. And of course, during this virtual time, that's such a difficult thing to do since we're not seeing people in person. And so I think on a more practical level, I might be able to send out my social media, my phone number, my email to our new students and create a direct line of communication for them to ask questions, give ideas, give their opinions, and be able to transfer that like immediately to SGA and bring those ideas to our meetings and put them into action. And I have the communication skills, the leadership skills, and the confidence to be able to talk with people and be open with people and, you know, listen to everyone's voice, no matter who they are, and direct everything, all the other ideas and opinions to a place where they can be implemented. Thank you.
Hi, so specifically for us first year students and transfer students, I understand we were cheated and robbed of a lot, especially as seniors, we were robbed of a conventional senior year, prom, a graduation, and now our freshman year of college is really weird. So I can assure you all that I understand, if not most or not all of your individual needs. With my experience, I have confronted issues with representation, especially coming from a non-diverse school. But in my positions, I have been able to be a leader and a voice for the members of the clubs I have leaded, and I have gotten things done for them and advocated and promoted their interests. With this, I would like to be able to have the opportunity to represent us all our strong and like motivated students. I can't promise you everything you want, but I can promise to give you my everything to advocate and promote the needs and wants for all of you. I also am running just to work for you guys and to be able to like let everyone know, like, and help everyone connect in the community. I know this like unprecedented time has been hard, but I want to make this virtual semester as smooth as possible for you all. And I want to engage with you all frequently, always listening to your concerns and making them heard during my position. So there's not an issue with you guys being represented because I'll really be able to be the voice for you guys in our SGA to get everything done for you guys. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Thank you so much. My bad. No. Thank you so much. I think we can go now on to the next portion at large. I think, Sarah.
Yes.
Pass off to
So
you.
this is the breakdown of the at-large senators and who will be going first. And the question to you all is, how will you change SGA to be more known on campus?
Just to clarify, you said more known?
Yes, like how will you make sure that more students are informed of what SGA is?
So I would definitely promote the awareness for the association, just like by engaging in the students. Communication, like the best form of communication is word of mouth. So I just feel like, you know, a lot of things go missed or overlooked because it's in your email or it's in your text message. And, you know, we have so much stuff just bombarding us and clouding us that we're not able to differentiate. So I think engagement is just like extremely important. So definitely attending the events, attending the student events, you know, making your presence known on campus, you know, even if you're by yourself or with a couple of the other members, you know, just going around like, hi, you know, my name is Kaylin. I'm a part of this organization. This is the organization I'm a part of. This is what we do, you know, like explaining that to students, because a lot of students don't know really how to navigate through campus. So I feel like just creating that information for them and that connection is important. And that can be done either obviously in person or virtually. Is my time up? I'm sorry.
No, you have 25 seconds.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So yeah, I think definitely just engaging obviously safely due to the COVID-19 epidemic that we are facing. I feel like having that word of mouth and just going around and talking to your members and your students in classes, you know, just talking about it and saying, hey, did you know that there is this association and this is what we do? That will definitely bring more awareness to the organization itself.
Hello, guys. Once again, my name is Shaki Merritt. The simple answer to that question is show up. I often, being somebody who's been involved in this campus, being somebody who chairs another organization on this campus, I know what it means to show up. When orgs invite you to go to their events and you don't show up, it sets a precedent that you're disconnected with the community. So the simple answer to your question, Sarah, is I would show up. Whenever I'm asked whenever there's an event going on, whenever there's some type of club going on, I will show up. I will make sure people know who I am and what I do. And that way we will get more people to know what SGA is, to get more people to understand what we actually do. I will show up to their meetings when they have these serious questions and they need representation. I will show up. The simple answer is show up and do our jobs. And through that, people will know who we are.
Would I be able to share my screen quickly?
Yes, but wait, hold on. I will have to give you, because you can't share. So give me 1 second. All right, I think you could share it now. Try that. If not, you can email it to me and I could pull it up.
Okay. So to be able to get our name and our community we're going to create now out there so everyone know at Rutgers, here is my campaign plans. And a lot of my campaign plans include points I want to do that would be sponsored by us. So my idea is we on and off campus, and which would be is run by students, get students' voices out there. I'd want to have Zoom mixers on Wednesdays happening during our free period to create more connections and meet more students online, which would be run by us to get our name out there. I'd like to create a mentorship program which would have freshmen and transfers meet with upperclassmen to get our name out there and to create opportunities and leadership opportunities too. And I would like to create all these different things like bi-weekly surveys sent out to Rutgers students to help them with mental health or issues, which would be completely confidential and reviewed by the social work school at Rutgers Newark to get them the right service they would need. This would be, again, sponsored by our organization. And environmentalism, I have many plans on that, like getting rid of single-use containers and switching to single-use compostable containers, which again would be sponsored by us. Motion sensors on our lights in the dorms, which again will be run by us. And I think the way to get our name out there is I have student section where I would like a Google form where I have in Spanish and English to have our students to give their voices out there to know. I want to know what they want to do in our community. I want to know their plans, how they think we can improve it. which would help us get our name out there to make it more inclusive to everyone there. And my goal is to improve everyday life, focus on improving internet connectivity in our dorms, which is a problem I've heard. Add hand sanitizers dispensable available throughout the campus outdoors, which again, this would be known because this would be our run programs by students in this and students out of this, by including caucuses that I would like to ensure for all students. What?
I said thank you. We have to move along.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, let me share my screen again. So give me 1 second. All right. So moving on to student affairs senator questions. So
Yes. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Let me ask the question first. I love the enthusiasm. It's okay. So the question is, what is your plan to help student organizations, especially the smaller ones, to function adequately during a pandemic?
Yes. Actually, as we all know, our university is one of the most diverse university in the country, like in the world, actually. And what I've noticed personally is that those diversity, when it comes to like schools within the universities and the organizations, it's not as diverse. The organizations within the school and the schools, like the spa school, and it's like we're all separate. The spa school, the criminal, the nursing school, and the school of business. I want to. My key goal is to work within those schools and the associations within them to actually have a representative as myself as a senator to actually attend meetings from of those organizations and see what they are struggling with, issues that they might be looking for solutions for, and we can work together by collaborating with all those organizations. The key goal here is to create unity within our schools and our students, and I would also like to implement plans moving forward for our campus future without COVID. Right now we would soon be going, like I would be graduating by then, but we will still be going into like in-person classes. We need to have plans to tackle, organization, events and all that stuff. So like inclusivity and unity, that's the key to that. Thank you.
So to answer the question, how would I personally, as the new student affairs senator, help our smaller organizations on campus? And what it all comes down to is two factors: funding and innovation. At the end of all of my emails, I have a signature that says creativity is the idea of something new, but innovation is the act of something new. And that is what we need: a senator who is innovative, who's actually going to get stuff done. In order for you to help, you have to understand. And let's understand how it is that our budgeting system and funding system between our organizations works from SGA. We have our zero-based budgeting system as of right now due to COVID-19. And the question is, how can we help them during COVID-19? Well, I can say that with full honesty right now, I am the only candidate up here who has scheduled out meetings with organizations on campus right now to go over past, present, and potential future systems on how we can fund their organizations and help them best. As well as I'm the only one who has the appeals process initiative and idea to put forth, because we also do know that organizations on campus have repeatedly appealed and complained about inadequate funding towards their organization. If we're going to get stuff done and we're going to help folk, we have to first understand, actually the ALI, Adult Leadership Institute, puts it best. We have to educate, we have to encourage, and we have to empower our organizations as well as our fellow students. And that's what a David Ishmael Doughty Student Affairs Senator will do. Thank you.
I 100% agree with all my candidates. I feel like smaller organizations come from, ideas of students in campus. And one of the things that I am planning to to do if I am elected, I will definitely encourage other organizations that are larger to co-sponsor with smaller organizations. Make organizations create for inclusivity. Make organizations create committees with EBOR members to look for more professional engagement opportunities for undocumented students. I also believe that new incoming students should receive information about starting an organization interest, maybe in SOAR. And due to COVID-19, unprecedented times, I believe that definitely I will reach out to all the leaders of small members and guide them through the process of making events and making their events known. I feel like co-sponsoring is one of the main important things because, you know, this campus is about unity. And yeah, those are my plans. Thank you.
Thank you, Arlene. We will now be moving on to the SPA Senator question. So same time limit, 90 seconds. And your question is, if elected as SPA Senator, what is a main priority or like, I guess, an issue? What's a main issue in SPA that you believe needs to be tackled during this academic year?
Actually, so Brendan just his computer gave out literally like 2 minutes ago when Arlene was speaking. So I'm going to see if he could call in.
Ouch.
Yeah, this is Zoom
University.
All right, I'm gonna stop
Folks,
sharing.
just
my
hold
screen
on.
for a second.
We will.
Yes.
We're going to try to fix this issue. So please stay tuned.
Okay, so I just texted him. Can majority of people stay past? Oh wait, we end at 3:50. Never mind. I thought we end at 3:30, and I was like, Zoom University again. Sorry about that. All right, so we'll give Brendan like 3 minutes to see if he could call in. Okay, so I guess the technical difficulties are still happening. So we will be moving on to the Brendan was the last person. So we're going to be moving on to the closing statements of all the candidates. And again, you will be given 2 minutes to close off. And yeah. Actually, sorry. No, Brandon is back. So I have him on the phone right now. I do recognize that this is Zoom, so we can't control everyone's internet. And Brendan has been here for everyone's opening statements and everyone's questions. So I think it's fair if we do give him this opportunity. So Brendan, can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me? I'm so sorry about those issues with my computer.
That's okay. Can everyone hear him? Okay, great. So, Brendan, here's your question. If elected as a SPA senator, what is the biggest issue in SPA that you believe needs and should be addressed?
I believe that coming from the School of Public Affairs and Administration and having a major that's directly associated with nonprofit administration, I believe that one of the biggest issues is community engagement and figuring out how to create a more expansive network of not only opportunities for Rutgers students, but also opportunities for the community to receive aid and receive all the intelligent minds that Rutgers Newark has to offer to receive their help. So as senator, I would focus more on community engagement and trying to figure out how, as a SPA school, we can give back to the community and help the community in the best way possible.
All right, thank you. And I will keep you on the phone just in case anything happens. I do want to give an opportunity for people on the live if they want to ask any questions for the candidates. So I will ask Akwe if there are any questions that are posted on YouTube to please let us know so we could address them to the candidates as well. If not, then we will move on to the closing statements. So actually, we do have a question. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so I could pull it up. And give me 1 second. So sorry about this. It never goes as planned. All right. So this is a question for everyone. It's not really directed to one person, but anyone that wants to go is more than welcome to go. So the question is, what do you think SGA needs improvements on, and how would you implement changes in its infrastructure? If you could raise your hand so we could do that, that would be really helpful. Jordan, I saw yours go up first. And again, you have 90 seconds. And yeah.
Overall, as you said, as my question was phrased earlier, that SGIJ, it seems to need an outreach to the community. And I think the best way to outreach is to sponsor events. I've done that in many other clubs I've run and in activities I've run before. The way to get people involved is to talk to people, tell them about what you're doing, how you're going to help them, what you're going to do, like with a bunch of activities that I would like to start and also continue to run that would be sponsored by us. And also another way is by hearing our community of students of what they would like to implement. That's why I created a Google form, and I hope that everyone would respond and give me their best ideas or concerns they have, because I would love to implement that. And I think as a group, even if not all of us end up getting elected, I think we could still work as caucuses together and implement change we want to see. But the change is by getting our voices heard, and our students that we're representing heard, their voices heard, and we come together and we sponsor these events and we speak to students about like mental health that have stigmas behind it, and different activities and different things that have stigmas behind them. And we speak about it all together. And if we get our voices known together, and we can, as the progressive group of individuals we all are and collectively are together, once we add our voices all together, we will have them amplified, and that's how everyone knows our name. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. Shaki, you're next.
I think the answer to your question, Sarah, is diversity within our SGA. I know that as a Black student, there's not a lot of Black representation within the SGA. I know that we happen to be one of the most diverse schools on this campus. And me as a student, when I walk around this campus, I often see a lot of Black and brown folk on this campus, but that's not represented within our SGA currently. If I'm not mistaken, we only have one Black senator currently. There may be two, but from my knowledge, there's only one. And I think the major problem is getting more people involved in SGA. I think what happens is a continuum of students who are leaders, and students who are doing great jobs as leaders, but they often are associated with the same groups and whatnot. So I think the more people that are involved in SGA, the more people who are different-minded, and more people who can bring a difference to this SGA, we can start to build a foundation where we're not only SGA for a few, but we're SGA for all. And that's one of my main goals.
Thank you. Arlene?
Yes. So as a student affairs senator, I have a couple plans on, getting the student body and the SGA more connected. I feel like because the SGA has an Instagram account, I know that you guys send emails directly from the SGA. I think informing the student body about what you guys talk about in the general meetings, maybe like post the things that were discussed, the things that were done, and receive feedback from the student body and see what they think about your plans of change or whatever it was discussed. I also think we should collect information from the students, as one of my peers said. Even like incoming students, people interested in Rutgers, new transfer and first year students also have a say in Rutgers, and it's very important to take all of these into consideration. If elected, I will 100% always be encouraging a more direct connection between SGA and the student body. Thank you.
Thank you. And Devon.
Yeah, I totally agree with the idea of outreach programs and reaching having the students reach out to us. But what I also want to also implement is possibly reaching out to the students, because I feel like if we're going to uphold this position, we want to continue to get the information. We can't wait for the information to come to us. That's one thing about it as well, because I feel like a lot of the times we're just waiting, and then we're not doing anything. And then people are going to question us. Why did they vote for us? But there needs to always be constant motion. There always needs to be something happening. We I don't think our job should be easy at all. And I also believe that when it comes down to it all, I feel like we need to definitely emphasize the fact that we do want our students to stay safe, and we need to be able to get that information as safely as possible. Yeah.
Thank you. And we have two more responses, David and then Christine.
I'm going to put it very simple to you. The best way to, you can say, bridge the gap between SGA and students is transparency. Transparency with SJ, transparency and the bills that are going forward, transparency in the new initiatives that are starting up, transparency in when there's a vote taking place, transparency in each and every factor, and not just transparency from SGA itself, but SGA promoting transparency and calling on the administration of Rutgers University to be more transparent. One of my biggest things is that change is a choice. And in order for us to change, people have to choose that for themselves, and they can't choose that if they're not educated on what's going on. I can give a specific example right now. I believe that the students shouldn't have had to pay as much of a campus fee or the computer fee or many fees that they did have to pay that they paid this past term bill. I do believe that, actually, I can say this right now in the live, if elected, actually, even if not elected, I want to call on President Holloway to reverse the transfers of money from the past administration, the $100 million that went into athletics when we're during this COVID crisis season that the professor sued the administration over. There's a lot going on and a lot with money that the students don't know about and don't understand. But if we're not transparent in telling them, if you don't give somebody a will, they won't find a passion nor a way. In order for them to find that way and that passion to get more involved, to get more educated and whatnot, we have to give them the will first and the transparency. Thank you. Vote next gen.
Can I go? Okay. I think one of the biggest issues is that, with this gap, is that a bunch of students, most of the student body sees SGA as just a bunch of individuals who are advocating for their own ideas and implementing those changes. When in reality, SGA is made to make changes for all of the students. And the way that we do that is by taking in the ideas of the students and implementing those. And so I think the first way to show students that we are doing this for them, we're not here for ourselves, is by making changes for them, whether that is lobbying for lower tuition, whether that is creating, I have a list of ideas where we can help new students be social during this time and make new friends and be able to reach out to that we are making changes for them, and also verbally telling them, oh, am I done?
No, you have 27 seconds.
Okay. By verbally telling them that we are making changes for them, whether that's through email because we are not in person right now, when we go back on campus, spread the word that we want their ideas. We want to hear their opinions and make the changes that are necessary for them to succeed at Rutgers University, New York.
Thank you, Christine. Okay, so we do have 3 more responses, but actually that is it. I don't want to give a disadvantage to certain students because I want to make sure that everyone answers a question, but I also want to respect everyone's time, your time, and the viewer's time. So I will ask Kaylin to go, and then Kate, and then we will move on to closing statements.
Thank you. I think one of the improvements SGA does need is just addressing student concerns. I feel like on campus, there are a lot of students that have concerns, and a lot of them aren't that different, and there's not a concise area or place where students can, submit that concern, whether it be anonymously or not. And I feel like students don't know about SGA, and because they don't know about SGA, then they won't go to SGA with their concerns either. So I had a lot of students come to me my past semesters at Rutgers, this didn't happen or this didn't happen. And I'm just, responding to them, telling them where they can go to get help, or just navigating them again, just helping them. But it wasn't like there was an agency for us where it represented the students. It's more like, these committees or organizations are in place, but they're upholding the values of the academic professors and not as, students individually. So I'm sorry?
30 seconds.
Oh, thank you. So I feel like that is definitely an improvement SGA can, try and work on, just addressing the student concerns, understanding what the concerns are, and then actually developing a plan to address it and resolve those concerns is it's important, and it's my plan and my goals to do while in SGA.
Thank you, Kaylin. Kate, go ahead.
So, while I definitely agree with everyone, I really want to emphasize what someone said about community outreach. I definitely think that's really like the most important improvement that SGA can make. In my experience, I was president of the environmental club. That was one of like the most important things I have in my experience. So I really emphasize community outreach there. I worked with not only like the people in my club, but like my whole school community. I hosted movie events. When we went virtual, I hosted virtual events. I made us known, like there was like college fairs. I made us the club known there. I really made us known like everywhere. And I really think like us, like whoever gets elected and even people who don't, we really have to like promote the SGA, like, and we have to talk to people, interact with people, because by interacting, like people won't be afraid to, voice their concerns. Like we really have to, I guess, be friends with everyone so everyone feels safe enough to voice their concerns to us as SGA, and they don't just see us as like, like just politicians in our college. Like we really just need to be able to, I guess, make a connection with everyone so everyone has an opinion and it's not just us, because most importantly, it's the Rutgers Newark community. Thank you.
Thank you. I will ask that we will have to move on from this question. However, if you want to address it in your closing statement, you are more than welcome to do so. Again, I really just want to respect everyone's time because we are all students and it's midterm season. And enough said about that tragedy. All right, give me 1 second. Let me pull up the presentation. All right, so closing statements. We will begin again in order of how it looks on the screen. Once the screen loads. Okay. Kaylin, you have the floor.
Okay. Again, thank you all for having me. This was a good experience, regardless of the outcome, obviously. As representative for Student Senator, I do plan to, implement mediation services for students to resolve their conflicts. I do want to address healthcare issues such as mental health and physical health of students. And I also want to assess the student-oriented academic legitimacy, just to make sure that each student is on track to graduate and you have those individual assessments for each student. So I do have a lot of plans that I would love to engage with the students in. I hope that we all can come together one day to do so. And I look forward to doing the same. So thank you all, and vote Kaylin. Have a good day. Be safe.
First and foremost, I would like to thank the Elections Committee for hiring me today. But the simple answer is, as me, as your next student senator at large, I will ask these tough questions. As one of my colleagues had mentioned, there was recently a transfer of $100 million of our student funds to the athletic budget. And with that $100 million came with cuts to professors, cuts to our mental health staff, cuts to our environmental staff, cuts to many different areas within our school community that make our school community function. These are questions that need to be asked by our student government. These are questions that need to be addressed. And as your next student senator at large, I will make sure that this student government asks these questions. Likewise, I will be representing every student. I'm already involved in many different organizations. I've been so grateful enough to have different colleagues and friends within organizations. And through my representation, I will make sure that every student on this campus feels like they are represented, because I know time and time again, students don't feel represented. And I know we have great ideas, but we also need to make our students feel represented. And I will do that. I will be their voice. I will be that tough questions. I will be in the room asking these questions that many other people don't ask.
Hello, I would like to thank everyone here. And also I would like to add that any of my running mates, I would love to work with you no matter the outcome of the election. So as I end my closing statement, I would like to add that I will be asking these tough questions, but I also am proactively coming up with change and listening for other students through Google Forms, my Instagram that I would please like you guys to follow, which is Jordan 4, letter 4, Senator, which I have my link tree, which I have all these different resources. But to finish my closing points and my campaign plans thus far, I would like to, for safety on campus, I would like to teach self-defense classes taught by a 10-year Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu expert on Zoom until it's safe to do on campus, promote self-defense, especially being a woman. I understand the concerns. I'd like to improve and create a Rutgers Newark help app, which will be able to send your signal or text the Rutgers Newark police for one's personal safety. For LGBTQIA+ in the community, I would like for staff and faculty emails will be listed with their preferred pronouns and their email signature to promote diversity inclusion. I would like to provide weekly newsletters on LGBTQIA+ knowledge and information and news. I would like to make major improvements to the Rutgers Newark app for transportation and activity to solidify the Rutgers Newark app by having our name out there and to be able to create more activities for clubs. And overall, I would like to be your voice when you feel voiceless. So as I would say, our voices, our future. Please vote Jordan and follow me on Instagram, Jordan for Senator. Thank you.
Hi, just to close out today, I just want to be able to say that I just want to extend my gratitude to everybody that stayed to listen, the elections committee that allowed me to run, that approved my candidacy. I just want to say thank you to everybody because I know how it feels to be able to put, to feel like you have to put your best foot forward, and that's not something easy to do. So kudos to all of you on the line. It's a blessing to be able to be here. To emphasize my last points, vote next gen. Vote next gen because we are coming at you with nothing but the best, and we're not perfect, but we feel like we have enough knowledge and we know enough about what we're running for to be able to serve you in the best way we can. And I feel like as your next student senator, I'm gonna create that inclusive community. I will create those opportunities for our new students to be able to feel like they have a voice on campus and to have them feel like they have somebody to turn to. And I will make sure of that through all my diversity and leadership skills that I've had through presidencies in the past. I just know that we are your best option, but make the best decision.
30 seconds.
Thank you.
Can I go?
Yeah, the floor is yours.
Okay, well, just to reiterate everything that I said, the transition into college is a very difficult one. However, the transition from into college in the virtual world in the midst of a pandemic and the escalated political climate, it's near impossible, or at least it feels near impossible. So again, my goal is to ensure that the general interests of the students are advocated, and not just my opinions, but the opinions of everyone around me. I want everybody to have a voice, and I plan on doing this through simple communication with me and a strong representation of you. I hope to be there for new students as they transition to this new world called college and fill the gap of uncertainty that comes with online school. And I hope to create an environment that even people that haven't been on campus feel part of, so that people that haven't been on campus feel like they're part of a strong community. Thank you.
Okay. I just wanted to say thank you again for the elections committee allowing us to be here and everyone on the live who's listening. Just to recap what I've said, I've had extensive experience in with leadership positions, listening to diverse voices and community involvement through my position as the president of Spanish Honor Society, president of National Honor Society, and my plans are to help new students be able to have a social life through this virtual world. I have a bunch of plans of connecting people and helping them to get to know each other. I also am here to be a line of communication for all the new students and be an open ear and hear all their opinions and ideas and enforce them. And I have experience doing that. And Yeah, vote Christine. Thank you.
Thank you. Kate, the floor is yours.
Okay, I'd just like to thank everyone here, the committee, the candidates, good luck to you all, and everyone watching. I'd just like to say a vote for me is a vote for realistic changes and improvements to Rutgers Newark. I don't only want to be your new student senator, I want to be your friend as well. Together, make Rutgers Newark the community we deserve. I can't promise you everything you want, but I can promise to give you my everything to advocate and promote the needs and wants of all us freshmen and transfers as a whole, but also the entire student body. I'm running to be your new student senator to work tirelessly to cultivate Rutgers Newark into the community you want it to be, with my countless experience as an active leader everywhere I have been and my plans. And I promise to help make this unprecedented virtual semester as smooth as possible, engaging with you all frequently, always listening to your concerns and making them be heard through my position. And once we get back on campus, to continue to do so while also addressing and facing COVID-19 and following the safety guidelines all throughout the school. As your new student senator, I will advocate for the quality environment and experience that all newcomers and everyone else deserve after such an incredibly difficult year for us. I will promote your interest to make realistic changes virtually and on campus to improve this unconventional first year virtually as Scarlet Raiders. Please follow my campaign Instagram at Kate for SGA Senate and press on the link in my bio where I have the long list of my ambitious campaign platform and promises, as well as my experience and why you should vote for me. So please vote Kate Bernal Guerrero for the new student senator. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. And I still have Brandon on the phone. So Brandon, whenever you're ready. And let me know if you guys can hear him.
I would like to thank everybody. I would like to thank everybody running. I would like to thank SGA, all the students watching. Thank you for your time. Thank you for understanding my technical difficulties. I just wanted to reiterate and hone in on some points I made earlier about outreach and trying to develop an extensive network for the students in our Rutgers community to connect with members of the outside community and try to improve the lives for both parties. I think it's very important as the SPA senator within SPA, as well as within the university as a whole. So I would like to thank you all and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to thank everyone, the committee and my fellow candidates. I am certain that we all have something great in common. It's our passion to affect change in our community, and I applaud that. I'm proud to be running next to all you amazing individuals. I want to start by saying I'm running for this position as a student affairs senator because I have plans and goals for our Rutgers University community, and I want to at least share those ideas, collaborate with every campus administration and organization to create more engagement among all students. A vote for me is a vote for unity and greatness. Thank you.
Again, I am David Ishmael Doughty. I'm running for Student Affairs Senator, and my ticket is Devon C. Corey for New Student Senator, Shakid J. Merritt for At-Large Senator, and David I. Doughty for Student Affairs Senator. We need leaders who are visionaries and not vision holders. Someone who holds a vision seems to complete their own agenda for everyone else, but a visionary is someone who sees all visions and moves forth to unify all needs. I'm a visionary who is ready for the challenge. As your next student senator, I will ensure proper representation of all organizations on campus. It is my priority to ensure each organization receives funds and support equitably, not equally, but equitably throughout each semester. More than that, as a senator, I will be active and engaging with every organization at each and every event. Although my position is student affairs senator, I'm representative of all in the RUN family. Whether I'm a first year or a fourth year, the principle is quality over quantity and passion over perfection. And that is what a senator, David Doughty, looks like. That is what the next gen ticket looks like. It is well over time to stop waiting for change to come and stop singing the tunes that change is coming. Change is here. Change is a choice, and change is with next gen. As I told you already earlier, I congratulate all my candidates. But as I stated earlier, I'm the only one who has been meeting with organizations, talking about plans as far as funding. setting up meetings to talk about plans for our funding past, present, and future, as well as campaigning on a appeals process, whether you are a student looking for funding, whether you are a student looking to start up an organization, or whether you are already a current organization looking for more funding. I'm here for you. And like I said, educate, encourage, and empower. Together, we will move forward. Vote Next Gen. Thank you.
I would like to thank the committee and everyone watching in the live. We need leaders with experience, but we also need solid plans and to help and be available for the student body. I'm here right now promising responsibility, enthusiasm, compassion, and understanding. True leaders care about the student body, just as the current SGA has done. I'm very grateful for all their hard work, and I'm ready to serve as your new Student Affairs Senator. To collaborate with the Office of Student Life and Leadership, Dean of Students Affairs, and I will work as a team and put SGA as my priority. I will be more than a senator, but a family that will always advocate for you. Organizations will receive necessary funding, support, and guidance, and I will hold faculty administration accountable. So vote for me, Arlene Lopez, for the new Student Affairs Senator. Thank you.
Thank you, Arlene, and thank you to everyone. I just want to reiterate a few things and a few points that are essential for you to know and essential for the student body to know. So as we hope everyone that is watching this knows that campaign week has started and it ends this Saturday at 11:59 p.m. We have shared the rules and regulations not only with the candidates, but with the entire student body. If anyone sees any violation of those rules, please send us an email. We have a complaint form as well attached to that email, so please let us know. And to let you, so we are issuing anything that involves sanctions and violations. We will be coming up with a final announcement to the candidates within the next 48 hours. And after, you have the right to appeal, and any violation or any complaint that is submitted by a student, you have the right to know who submitted it, and you have the right to appeal it to the Judicial Council. You all have their email, and it is in the presentation that has been shared with the student body as well. The official timeline for the sanctions will be 2 days after campaign ends, which is Sunday and Monday, and then Tuesday, which I believe is the 21st. Please do not, well, let me see, actually, before I'm quoted on that. The 20th is when the elections start, and the 27th is when the elections will end. The 28th is when the results will be announced. Please follow the rules and regulations. Please be respectful when you are posting stuff online, when you are contacting your fellow students, your fellow peers, and your constituents to vote for you. And please send us anything that needs to be approved, endorsements, any flyers, any materials that you will be using for your own advancement. We need to approve them. And please also be how do I phrase this? Don't use Blackboard and Zoom. So that's another thing that we are still we are pushing, and I really do want the student body to know that as well. If you have people in your classes that are promoting their campaigns, that is a major violation, and we would need to know, just to make sure that everyone is having a fair fight and a fair chance to win this elections. I'm very happy and I'm very glad that all of you are running and that we have this number of students that are interested. We have not seen this before, and it's truly inspiring, and it gives me hope that with everything that's happening, there are students that want to take matters into their own hands, and they want to work on representation that has long been lacked in SGA and honestly outside of SGA. Again, thank you all for coming, and you have our information, you have our emails, you have our social media. Send us questions, send us your information, and we will get back to you. If no one has any questions, I will end the Zoom. I will give you guys like 5 seconds.
I have a question. Can I stay after?
I don't know who that is. Yes, sure. Or if you want, you could, if it could be helpful to everyone, you could share it with everyone.
Sorry about that. So my question is, so Are we allowed to? I was thinking with a couple other students who are running to go live on Instagram. Are we allowed to do that even after Saturday?
No. So as no, because
you're cutting out.
Yes, sir. You
Oh,
cut
did
up
I
a little
cough?
bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The answer is no, because we can't really control what is going to be put out there, because campaign ends on Saturday. All you can say after that is go vote. You can't say for who, you can't say for which platforms. Anything that is insinuating a ticket or a specific member will be in violation of that. And we all have social media. So we all are seeing everything that's being posted. So no.
Are we allowed to go live together with other candidates and speak about issues?
Interesting. I will get back to you. Give me 30 minutes and I will get back to you, and we will make the post public on Instagram, since this is being recorded and it's still being live streamed.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Also, I have another question. What is the time frame in which, or when we send the committee material that we're likely to hear back from?
We've been doing it like as soon as we see it. We have 5 members. I know in certain cases that was not what was happened, just because it is midterm season, and we all have jobs. So I ask that you all be considerate and not place those expectations on us. We are trying. The most that we will do is 48 hours.
You're cutting out again.
Hours, but whenever any whenever any member of the committee is seeing the materials, is approving them hands-on, and because this has been such a hectic time with school and assignments, I don't think we've responded in more than 48 hours. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but that is the way that we will be going, because we understand campaign week is only a week, and we do want to give everyone a fair chance of promoting everything that they have, because all of you have great materials and it should be posted to the students to see. So
I have a question. Oh, you want to go?
You go.
Okay. I have a question just to clarify something. You said that we can still post and encourage students to vote after the campaign season is over, but we can't promote our campaign during those times. Okay.
Yes, so we will be supplying all of the candidates with Go Vote materials, which basically are just flyers that say Go Vote, the elections is happening. It will be neutral colors, it will be neutral language that is not advocating or promoting one candidate or one ticket. And when you are promoting it, if you are getting endorsements from people, you should send it to them and just be like, you can't say anything regarding my campaign, because if that happens, and this is also a message to the student body, if you see anyone promoting it after the elections, the candidate will be held responsible for that on behalf of their endorsers. So
what happens if it's by other students and we're not aware?
That's a tricky subject, because if someone that I'm extremely close to that would know these rules, that's kind of a little bit more obvious that they're campaigning basically on behalf of the candidate. But it's really hard for us to control what other people are saying. So if it becomes a bigger issue, then rules will have to change. If we see that this is a pattern that candidates are taken advantage of, that will have to change. We understand that this is a virtual setting, and elections are almost very challenging to do in this setting, and we want to make sure that everyone's given a fair opportunity to win this election fairly, because we don't want to jeopardize the integrity of SGA, the elections committee, and we don't want people to think of the committee or SGA as just not fair in general. So that's it. That's where I'm gonna end it.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
For the endorsements, we have to email them to you before?
Yes. No, so you can reach out to the organizations, you can ask them for their endorsements, and then before you post anything publicly, and I can't emphasize that enough, you have to send it to us so we can approve it.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I just wanted to make a final statement. Just everybody, please stay safe. Wear your mask wherever you go. Please, corona-free, please. Good luck to all the candidates. Thank you for the great forum. It was a blessing to meet all of you, and good luck in the race.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Have a great day.
Take
Have a
care,
great
everyone.
day. Good
Thank
luck.
you. Thank you, everyone.